Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Eddie, your cryptocurrency teacher, your seduction instructor, your all time favorite. Hopefully, you're doing good. It is 9:38, March 22nd, 2022. And yeah, so thank you for joining me. Please make sure to hit the like button. At least if you don't hit it now, make sure to hit it at the end of the video. And subscribe now, or do it at the end of the video if you find this content enjoyable and entertaining or informative. So, today, moving on, I'm not going to talk about conspiracies because YouTube delete my shit. Let's move on to my favorite topic, women. But not the kind of women that we like to look at, because YouTube would delete my shit for that. We're going to talk about this toxic subreddit called the female dating strategy. Now, you'll see how it is. Now, I haven't written a book about this, but I just might. I just might write a book about these girls. And for my friends, fellow PUAs, fellow seducers, y'all know not to listen to what women say. Women say one thing and do another. Here's one. Have any of you all had an actual relationship from Tinder? I just watched Tinder Swindler, and it occurred to me that I've never had a relationship with anybody from Tinder. See, another thing with these women. I bet you this woman is young, probably looks good. Maybe, I don't know, because women, probably young, has no outcome dependent, no outcome goals. They just go from man to man. And she come to me, I'll fuck her too, probably. Depending on how she looks, she might look good. Who knows? But depending on how many drinks, I'll probably smash her if we matched. But I'm not on Tinder. So, but it's a good question. At least she's asking, cognizant of the situation. Hopefully she becomes more cognizant, like, hey, I need to find a man. Or maybe, hey, I need to be a wife. And something sinks in. Instead of jumping from man to man, who knows? I've had one from POF. I fuck with POF. And two from Match. But never Tinder. It's always just idiots looking for sex. So I deleted it years ago. Have any of you had a relationship from Tinder? See, what she's asking, she's still asking the wrong thing. She should be asking, have any of you all married someone you match with on Tinder? That's what she should be asking. So she can have a framework or roadmap to see if people are actually getting married on Tinder. But the good thing about it, dudes smashing girls left and right on Tinder. The Tinder easy game for people, guys who look good. Easy game. I'm not on Tinder. Tinder's not for me. But if you look good, Tinder is easy game, easy pickings. Because women, another thing about women, these women, they care more about, it seems like women are being men. Like, women want a man to look good. Like, no. That's your job. That's the woman's job to look good, not the man's job. Our job isn't to look good. Our job is to motherfucking protect and hunt, do shit like that. So, again, this whole thing is just warped. But it's not just this subreddit for, I mean, that's popularly. Women have been seeking, like, I don't know, I'll call it, I don't know, fuck it. Anyways, let's check out the comments to see. Let's check out the comments. I actually met a great guy on Tinder. We just had totally different views on life, and I felt no sexual attraction towards him at all. So I ended things. I only had 2 dates from Tinder. The first one was so cheap, I had PTSD from his behavior. That dude knew you weren't gonna give up that pussy, and you using him. That's the reason why. Shit, you think? See, dudes are smartening up. You know, like me, I see you. If you ask me to buy you a drink, hey, I'll buy you a drink if I take you home. If I'm not taking you home, I'm not buying you no motherfucking drink. Period. Fuck all that other shit. Not trying to waste my motherfucking energy on why. Think about it. Why would I, if you ask me to buy you a drink, why would I spend my money and then you get your drink, you talk for 5 minutes and then leave, and then go home with another motherfucker and he get to enjoy your ass and my money gone? No, not today, not these days. Yesterday's Eddie is not today's Eddie. Old Eddie still wouldn't do that shit. Old Eddie might buy you a drink if you dance, and you know, I go to the bar and get a drink, I'll get you a drink. But that's only because we were dancing. And that's only because I felt like buying you a drink. If you'd asked me for a drink, I would have hit you with that. You coming home with me, I'll buy you a drink. I'm not gonna waste time. Time is precious. Time is really precious. Alright, back to this one here. PTSD from the cheap date. I agree, Tinder is a cesspool. So many mentally sick men with huge egos. Well, y'all matching with them. Y'all seeing them. So shit. Let's see. Yes, and he was a narc. I'm talking clinical grade. Never again. Sure. I've had one very toxic relationship with someone in need of good mental health resources that he couldn't afford. That's about it. Nope. I have a friend who met her husband on Tinder, but otherwise, no. No. Now, let's check. This one here is too long. I'm currently vetting someone from Tinder. I installed it out of pure boredom. See, that's another thing to get women. Boredom. Woman with the idle mind that has nothing to do. That's why Eve bit that apple. Adam was asleep. Eve was bored. Adam didn't give Eve nothing to do. Eve went in and bit that apple. And all hell broke loose when Eve bit that apple. So, bored women, but let's get back to it. He is very sweet, and there are many green flags so far. Vetting continues. Our first date was at the beginning of December. He is handsome. Again, that's what conscientious, has a very good public sector job, utility, is family oriented, visits home regularly, speaks to his siblings often, 2 years older than me. From the start, initiated texting, respectfully taking me to a nice restaurant on our first date, paid without hesitation. But did she give it up, though? Consistent communication every single day. Remembers all the little things. Before Christmas, 2 weeks into knowing him, I mentioned I like a certain sweet. I think I remember this girl. Nothing over the top, but still very cute. Also, I told him I was also I told him I was trying the keto diet. He remembered it and brought an appropriate snack. Just many small little things. Now she's not saying what she's doing for him, but let's keep it going. Either brings little gifts or offers to pay whenever we go out or go to the supermarket. Very empathetic and good listener. Helpful and knowledgeable. Tidy. Exclusive from the start. I was still... oh my God. Red motherfucking flag. You see this shit? You see this shit here? I told you. He was exclusive while she was still seeing another guy. But he's only dating me. You see how the dynamics on this sub works? You see how this shit works? A man was spending his money taking this girl out on dates while she go home and bang another motherfucker. This is why, man, you do not do this shit. If she not fucking, you don't pay shit. Cause if you pay, she gonna go home and fuck another motherfucker. You see this shit right here in your face. This is what they doing. Let me read it again to your ass. See, they put shit on this site like we just don't see this shit. Exclusive from the start. Sound like a pussy motherfucker, but that's not here nor there. He might be lying. Who knows? You know, hopefully he is. Hopefully he is lying. Shit. I'm pretty sure she didn't say, "Hey, you buying this food for me? I'm not gonna sleep with you, but I'm gonna go home and sleep with another motherfucker with your food in my stomach." Right, bitch. Hell no. Hell no. This is why. See? And women wonder why men are the way they are, because it's shit like this. See, it would have been one thing if she wasn't seeing anybody. It would have been kind of fucked up if she wasn't seeing anybody. He paid and she didn't want to fuck. And I talk about this before, not in my book, but I talk about it. Listen, this is advice for women. Don't go on a date with a man if you don't want to fuck him that night. Period. Don't have him waste his time, his money, his energy. Don't have us do all that if you don't want to fuck us, if you ain't planning on fucking us that night. Please, for the love of God, just don't go out. Just turn us down. We appreciate it. It might hurt the ego a little bit, but fuck it. We saving our time and our money. And all right, back here. Here we go. A few weeks ago, I fell ill, lost my job. He has been very understanding, suggesting places I could apply to, and gently nudging me when I feel bad. Overall, I'm surprised he's putting up with it, given he's never missed a single day of work in his life. Why did she lose her job? Because she was ill. I'm a little paranoid. Anyway, yeah, so she lost her job. That could be, I mean, is that a red flag? She just lost her job? Don't know. But being that she is surprised he's putting up with it, that makes me think that she's using this dude. I think she is using this dude. Nice dates to restaurants, cafes, museums, or cooking at home. Very generous in bed. See, we just get one side here. I wonder how is she generous? I'm taking notes on my phone. These women are turning into men. It's like I'm taking notes on my phone after our meetings as this helps vetting. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm laughing because this kind of reminds me of when I used to like really be out in the field meeting women, and I had a spreadsheet of conversations, when we met, where we met, and all this other shit. Like I had it I still have it. I probably still have it somewhere in Google Docs. But this is a woman. Yeah. So he's met my best friend, but not my parents. Though he had an opportunity and I offered. This is I don't know, STH stuff that he noticed has I don't know. This is shit I noticed. I don't know. STH. I'm just monitoring this now and observing if when he wants to introduce me to his friends or family, I'm the first girl he's been with, and again, I'm the first girl he's been with. I knew she was using this dude, and we are both in our late 20s. However, the what is this conversation has not been happening yet, so these are things I look out for. Now, here we go. Here's a commenter. You guys have had sex, but still know what are we conversation. Why do everything backwards? I hope it works out if you two don't live together and you haven't seen him be upset. It could make him really easy. It could make him really easy for him to put on a mask. You should also meet his family, and nudge for these things. You are waiting for him to initiate. You should tell him what you want. Now it's funny. It's funny how this commenter here said you should tell him what you want. But earlier in another post, people were like, oh, don't tell the doctor what you want. Like, what the fuck? But these are women, and they have no logic. Logic just goes over their head like, what the fuck? All right. Yeah. So you are waiting for him to initiate. You should tell him what you want. Are you two Facebook official? He very well could be in a relationship or something too. Have you met his friends? Are you in his inner circle? I hope it all works out. Well, see, these girls have no idea what the hell they're talking about. What they're trying to say, but they can't say it, maybe they don't understand it, is she marriage minded? Does she want this man to marry her or not? Does she want to marry this man or not? And how long have they been dating? Beginning of December, so 4 months. 4 months. Yeah. You're wasting time if he doesn't even want to get married. You're wasting time. You are. You be finding somebody else. Let's go back. Oh boy, these people. This is the one I was talking about earlier. How to get rid of this schoolgirl crush. Yeah, so the men you meet giving back. A guide. Oh, female dating strategy coach. Let's see. Oh, goodness. This is pretty long. Alright. Hi, all. I've had the distinctive pleasure of becoming closely involved with a community center near me over the last year, working in a food bank, soup kitchen, and charity shop. I've also participated in various charity events over time and met plenty of people, male and female, doing these things. Since people often mention volunteering as a place to meet a guy in the wild, I thought I'd talk a little about the guys I've met in this space. Oh, here we go. A caveat. Don't do anything with the sole purpose of meeting men. Okay. You're just here to not do anything. Like, what the fuck? Boy, this stuff here, boy. This stuff goes in my brain and it, like, triggers so much in my brain. My brain has to, like, reject, like, interpret this shit and, like, wonder what the fuck what world am I in? Like, that's why I said at the beginning of this video, this subreddit and these thoughts and these ideas is just toxic and it's bizarre. Like, oh my god. Here we go. Your life is more important than that. Survival and reproduction, number 2, top 2 reasons for being. But anyway, and you have better things to do than what? You're either surviving and you're reproducing. If you're surviving, you should be reproducing. That being said, this is female dating strategy. So it's worth taking a few minutes to talk about this. I would never suggest someone decide to volunteer or not to volunteer based solely on the likelihood of meeting a guy. Yeah, right. Lady, just admit you want to meet men. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard? Just say, I want to meet men. That's all you have to say. Like, I want to meet women. That's why I motherfucking go out. And meet you thoughts. You FDS-ers in the streets and fuck y'all ass. Alright. Lost my train of thought here. Where was I? However, I think it's reasonable to manage your expectations when it comes to finding guys in the big wide world. The big wide world. Okay. When it comes to volunteering, the most important thing is finding something that is meaningful to you, that you're passionate about, and where you feel you can make a difference. Volunteering is easily the best thing I have ever done. But of the 50 or so guys I have met doing it, oh shit. Battery went dead. Alright, but of the 50 or so guys I have met doing it, I would say maybe 1 to 2 are potentially high value. They seek high value men. That is all they talk about is high value. So maybe she's going to realize that out of 50, more like 100 men, out of 100 men, there's high value men are maybe 3 or 4 out of 100, maybe 10 out of 100, maybe. That's just high value. Let alone if they're available or like you. So hopefully she understands that and grasps this in her brain. All right. Don't let this deter you from giving back. Just don't go in expecting to meet someone. Yeah. So this sub needs to understand that high value guys are very rare. And even rarer that they're going to like you. And even more rare that they're going to marry you. All right? So let's keep it going. The biggest thing to consider is when and where to volunteer. This is fucking... Men who have regular full-time jobs don't usually volunteer during the week. No shit. During regular work hours. Some do. Those who have flexible working arrangements, like I do. But for the most part, the guys who are showing up regularly during the week fall into one of a few narrow categories. They're retired. They're students. They're one of a handful of employees. Which is not a bad thing, but many of them wisely would never date a volunteer since it might jeopardize both of their job and the institution. They're unemployed or unemployable. They're required to do community service hours as part of a sentence or plea. Enough said. Oh my goodness. These girls here, boy. These girls. How to deal with these realities. Oh, here comes the strategies. Volunteer on the weekends, on evenings, or during time-bound special events, especially popular ones that have no trouble finding lots of volunteers. Many of you have demanding full-time jobs, so it's not like daytime volunteering will be possible for you anyway. Some examples of events that don't require a huge time constraint or commitment: raffles or auctions, athletic fundraisers where you run, bike, etc. for a cause. My personal favorites are medical fundraisers like Run for a Cure, concerts. Yeah, who the hell wouldn't volunteer for a concert? A meeting of not-for-profit or hobby groups, sports-based volunteering, fundraising, volunteering based around a toy or hobby. This is where to find. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I just spent this much time just reading this. But this is basically could have been said in like 4 sentences. Where to meet guys volunteering: concerts, ball games, food events, and fundraisers. That's all really that needed to be said. So that was a fucking waste of time. Alright, so that's about it here. Alright, so oh yeah, women should be financially independent. Like, that's not that doesn't attract a man. See, and this goes back to another post. Where a woman was asking something about how to be a high value woman or something. Like, chick, the only people that decide if you're a high value woman are the men. That's it. What's important to you all as women, what you all think is important, is not important to us. Like, you all might think that being financially independent makes you high value. It does not. You know what makes you high value? your looks, your age, your attitude. And I hope that you all have good attitudes. Y'all have fucked up ways of looking at the world, but hopefully you do it with a good attitude. And I don't know how y'all look. Let's go. Oh, here we go. Story time. Damn, hopefully this is a good story. I've mentioned on FDS before that a guy I met, he goes to another college out of state in NYC. I don't think he's a high value guy in college, but whatever. And I have been in very light contact. He visited my college for a spring break this past weekend. I met him 2 months ago through a mutual at my college because he was visiting his friend. He asked me ahead of time what days he should visit. He stayed with his friend. The first date, he booked a date reservation at a nice restaurant days ahead of time before he came and confirmed it again with me a day before. I went into the date calm and with the mindset, I am the prize. Do I like him? I know I am a catch and bring a lot to the table. Does he value it? See, oh my God, what does she bring to the table? What does she motherfucking bring to the motherfucking table? You are the prize. What do you bring? Let's see if she paid for the date. Drop them draws after the date. Let's see. She bring a lot to the table. Does he value it? He'll let you know if he values it or not. But we determine what's valuable. You don't determine what's value. You don't. You're a woman. Get that through your head. A car salesman does not determine which cars are valuable. The customer does. Get it? Oh boy, here we go. He was a gentleman. I didn't touch a door. He kept refilling my water. And he obviously paid for everything. Obviously, because she... Let's see. Let's go. He was very generous. It was a pretty expensive dinner since we ordered a lot. I personally hate silence, so I usually try to fill it with something to say, but I made it a mission to not do that on the date so I could let him lead the conversation. Which he did when I didn't try to keep coming up with things to talk about. On the date, he said he was glad he got to see me. We came back to my apartment after the date just to see my 4 other roommates and others that were there. They were all socializing and getting ready to go out. I was cleaning after them when they left, and he helped me clean without asking. Now I wonder if she's gonna do this once she becomes a wife. If she becomes a wife, if somebody finds her valuable, is she gonna be cleaning up after her husband? She better be. He also carried a heavy box for me when I needed to grab it from my car. As he should. You need to be dropping them jaws instead of making this man work. What the fuck wrong with you? Where do I go from here? Hopefully he fucked. He and I have a lot in common. Both have future in the same city. Come from Italian family. Both family oriented. Same religion and political views. Oh my God. I think, yo, same values. Neither of us are promiscuous and are very driven and goal oriented. We also agreed we both would want to be in NYC for younger 20s, not to raise a family. It was lightly mentioned. Not super into social media. Both very into hygiene and kind of OCD about being clean. Because you want him to clean up after you. I bet you do. I truly have not spotted any red flags so far, even though I was hyper fixated on spotting them. Hopefully he was vetting your ass. I would ask you, yo, We go to this restaurant, baby. I'm coming back as fuck. Point blank. If not, don't waste my time. Unless you're a virgin. If you're a virgin, we make special rules for virgins. Alright. Except that he is a little hard to read sometimes through his facial expressions and when my friends agreed with me. He's a little shy, but it's still hard to tell sometimes. Maybe just bad resting bitch face. My friends all said throughout the weekend that they... Hold on. My friends all said throughout the weekend they could tell he liked me and was really trying. I know it's not me because he said I could carry a conversation pretty well. My roommate was grilling him before with questions about what we ordered from the date, and he finally told her, I spent a lot of money to make sure we had a nice dinner, and I really like your friend. I wasn't there. Then, when we went out one night, my other roommate said, so when she moves to New York, and he said, yes, so when she moves to New York, and he said, yes, I love to keep seeing her. He also saw I was texting my mom and said, texting your mom, does she know about me? And I just laughed and brushed it off. He also was saying, we won't see each other for a few months again. And I said, I'll be up there in a couple of months, and at these 2 months since we've seen each other last have gone by fast. When the morning came for him to leave, did he smash though? I hope he smashed. See, they like leaving this shit out. That makes a big difference. When the morning came for him to leave, he took me out to breakfast and then dropped me back at my place so he could drive back home. Except he didn't say anything concerning us or about continuing. He honestly spent more time with me than his friend this weekend. They spent time together back in our hometown the week before. He said he had a fun time when he dropped me. I thanked him for dinner and breakfast and said that I was sure I'd see him again. I'm just confused on where we leave off. I know we've only been on 2 dates, but it's a little more complicated since we are basically long distance until I move to the city. I'm not really into keeping a roster because finding a man isn't a huge priority right now. This situation kind of just fell into my lap. He tells my friends how he feels, but not to me. But his actions obviously show effort and interest. He was extremely respectful the whole weekend. I hope he smashed you. I hope he got that pussy! What should I do for clarity? Just continue how we contacted each other before and see how it pans out? Let's see what these comments here. Focus on yourself. 2 dates is not enough whatsoever to be in a committed exclusive relationship, let alone long distance. Sure, you can keep in light contact with him, but don't start painting a future in your mind with him, and don't keep analyzing. Honestly, I would drop him out of your mind until you are actually living in the same city as him, and then can vet per normal. There's nothing you need to do. Did you smack? Did you? See, he ain't gonna say if he motherfucking. Nobody asked the real questions. Like, in all honesty, he sounds suspicious. Him pushing familiarity on you, meeting your roommates, asking if your mom knows about him, helping you clean, etc. Should have alerted you. I mean, let me see. I'm visiting college girlfriend. I'm in her dorm. Just me and her. Her friends are leaving. We fucking. We fucking. All this other shit. All right. Anybody have anything original besides this circle jerk? First off, it's clear you're not dating with the roster, and that is bad for you. But these women, these women play man like a motherfucker. You're not dating with the roster. 2 dates and you're making a whole long post about a guy. Nah, date at least 4 men at a time. This is why we don't buy y'all drinks. This is why we don't buy y'all dinners. This is why we want to smash, and we tell you want to smash before we motherfucking taking your ass out of the date. Where did it go? Second, it's very promising that he spent a lot of money on you. Actions, not words. This sounds like a dream date, but you still need to see other people to keep the bar up. Third, vetting is a never-ending process. All right. So at least we have a unique post. All right, so the main question didn't get answered. Did they fuck or not? There's no original post. Let's see. All right. Let's check this. Oh, this is long here. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Make sure to check out my book, How to Bitcoin, the $1.7 trillion cryptocurrency scam. After reading this book, you will see how millions of people are being scammed by the cryptocurrency industry. Buy it on Amazon. Have a great day.